Let me just say that I think it's an honor, certainly a privilege for us to have the opportunity to be in the national championship game. I think it's a tribute to our players, our coaches, for the job that they've done all year long to create an opportunity for themselves and obviously playing, I think, one of the best teams in college football in the University of Georgia. And their staff and their players certainly deserve to be congratulated for all that they've been able to accomplish this year. The question is what's unique about Georgia's running game? I think, first of all, they do a really good job in terms of their system and scheme, in terms of how they try to attack people. Their offensive line has certainly created an identity up front. They've got two great running backs, do a really good job with the play-action passes. Their quarterback has been very efficient and effective. So the combination of the balance that they create with the running game and their ability to throw the ball down the field, whether it's RPOs or play-action passes, makes them very difficult to defend. Well, that's certainly the goal. That's what you like to do. I think everybody would like to finish strong. That's the goal for what we'd like to do. I think when you play in an emotional game like that, which both teams played, no doubt, it's a challenge for each individual to sort of act like you want to be, to come up with the energy, the enthusiasm, to go out there and play with confidence, not only in when the game comes, but in how you prepared for the game. I cannot hear you. Well, I think it speaks a lot of a team's competitive character when they put themselves in a position where they have to keep playing and coming back in the game. But I don't think you get to this point if your team doesn't have that, and they certainly showed it, in that particular game. It was a great football game, and they certainly made the plays when they needed to, whether it was 2 minutes at the end of the game or big plays to get back in the game. No question. I think the guy has played extremely well all year long, been very efficient, very effective as a passer, does a great job of executing their offense, put them in the right plays, very smart, great understanding, good decision maker, distributes the ball correctly almost all the time. And he's been accurate and efficient in the way he's done it. Um, I don't think that any system where you have to make a subjective decision about who gets in and who doesn't could be totally fair, because it's subjective. And I think there's all these factors that get taken into consideration, whether it's strength of schedule, conferences, whatever, conference championships. I mean, you know a lot more about this than I do. So I can't really answer that to say that it's fair. If we had a system where it was foolproof in terms of what you had to do to qualify, then I think you could say that it's fair. But as long as it's subjective, it can't be totally fair. I mean, I think everybody's intention is that it's totally fair, and they do it with great integrity and honesty in terms of how they pick. But I think as long as it's subjective, somebody's going to have an opinion of maybe how it could have been done another way. I mean, I always talk about the basketball tournament. They pick, 68 teams, and then you all have a 2-hour show on who didn't get in and who got in and all that. So it wouldn't make any difference how many teams got in. There'd always be speculation as to who could have or maybe should have. Raekwon Davis has done an outstanding job for us all year long. Really a conscientious, hard-working player who has made a tremendous amount of improvement, has a better understanding of what he's required to do to be an effective player, and has showing a lot of discipline and able to do that on a more consistent basis now. So, and his production has gone up because of that. Well, Kirby's an outstanding coach. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He did a fabulous job for us for the years that he was with us, and I think the results that he got in whatever his role was, certainly showed that he's very, very capable in terms of leadership and being responsible to get people to play at a high standard. And I certainly think that he's done that, as a head coach now. And I think it's, a real tribute to him, his staff, the leadership that they have, and the players that have all bought into what they're trying to do to be able to get in this position.